All right, welcome back, everybody, to Kureon. Apologies for the lateness and for the wobbliness of today's session because we have a couple of internet issues going on right now. Somebody is using pigeons still in the call, and they're kind of having an important role in today's game. So please bear with us as we wait for this. But we are here. I'm, of course, your Dungeon Master Stuart, and these are my wonderful players. Susie, Aaron, Stevie, and Jamie. So before we begin, though, we have a few announcements. The first is that, as usual, Susie is on Encounter Roleplay on Thursdays at 10 p.m. BST, that's 5 p.m. EDT, for The Order, the viewer game for this season of Encounter Roleplay. So if you want to watch that, you can go there. And if you want to join, sign up and see if you can get in a game with our wondrous dungeon, not right now the Dungeon Master, but the wondrous Dungeon Master. If you go to the Encounter Roleplay Discord, there is a sign up page on there. As well as that, Susie, you're going to be on the Greyhawk channel, right? On Fridays at 6 p.m. BST, which is 1 p.m. EDT. And soon we'll have to say these again differently because the clocks are changing again soon. And then there's that one weird week where one has changed and the other hasn't. So let's have fun with that. But for myself, I am going to be on Scraticus's channel on Tuesdays from 6 p.m. BST till, and that is again 1 p.m. EDT, for the second season of Wizards and Wardrobes. And I will be joining them starting next week. So keep an eye on that. Go support Scrap for his first full season he's doing. I believe they're just finishing up now in the next 10 minutes their game of the first Call of Cthulhu game, DM'd by the lovely Charlie. So give them a look. But watch us right now. Feels way cool. And finally as well, Seal the Deal, the first DLC to A Hat in Time, is now out. It came out last Thursday, and you can go buy it and play it. And it's got co-op in it. Although I think co-op is separate.
Yeah, it's a separate thing.
Yeah, co-op is separate, but it was launched as part of Seal the Deal. But you can play co-op without needing Seal the Deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. So go do that now. Go support it. Aaron is a designer on the game. It's really cool. So, yeah. We are not paid to say this message. We are not sponsored. This is not an ad. So, yeah, without further ado, and hopefully as little internet problems as we can get, let's get into it. A quick recap to what happened last time. As you found yourselves in the Plane of Fire, within the City of Brass, specifically a place called the Smog Spire, and you were searching for the implements of the Inner Planes. After talking to various different peoples there, including a rebellion against the local ruler of this area, a leader of a cabaret club, and seemingly an information and deal broker, as well as the leader Amara herself, you decided the best course of action was to take down the slaver, Afriti leader of this area, and in a tense fight, which ended with Gunn falling off the edge of the tower, swinging her axe back into the back of the head of Amara. You succeeded and claimed your second implement. However, upon going to leave the city, you found that it was thriving full of Afriti who were looking for the person who had killed one of their own. As such, you went back to the Dancer's Fire Cabaret, where the owner said a fateful few words that are very important to Tristan. And that's where we'll begin. The interior here of the Dancer's Fire Cabaret is packed. All of the seats are full, and the exterior wall is lined with people, all focusing in on the stage here. As you look across and you see Tahiri stood there, no instrument in hand, stood on stage with his arms outstretched as he asked, "Is there one who would challenge me?"
how is my connection, first of all?
Good.
Oh, that's a good start.
Oh.
It's only downhill from here. Oh, it's definitely downhill. Oh, God. So you say he doesn't have at the minute?
He does not have an instrument right now, no.
Just looking at everyone's faces.
Don't look at them. Look at me. Look at me.
Look at me. Does it look like anyone else is taking up the challenge?
It does not right now, no.
This could be a huge gamble. But I'm gonna go for it. I'll just raise my hand and start swanning through the crowd.
Do you verbalize it?
When I'm a bit closer, yeah. Because I imagine, because we just walked through the door, hadn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. I accept the challenge.
So, as you say that, the crowd, their low murmuring stops, and you see as one of Tahiri's eyebrows raises up. And a moment passes before the familiar blackness seeps out from the stage and from yourself. And very quickly, you're no longer within the Dancer's Fire Cabaret, but in an endless blackness, similar to when you first made your challenge against the Bard in Black. Very quickly, the peoples in the bar move to the side, tables are pushed aside as a corridor is formed to the center, leading up to the stage where Tahiri stands. And as he puts a hand forward after composing himself for a second, he says, "I should have known it was more to you. Come, let us have a wondrous time."
I'll stroll up. It's all kind of changed, but is there still a stage platform?
There is still a stage platform. That's the only thing that doesn't appear to have disappeared. It is this half-moon stage against endless blackness, and there are the stage is lit as if by some unknown force. And Jamie is frozen. What are the rest of you doing while this is happening?
I'm gonna go get a beer and watch this happen.
Okay, well the bar has disappeared.
Oh.
Yeah, we kind of came with him more or less to hide, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Just gonna make myself part of this crowd.
Welcome
Yeah.
back, Jamie.
Like,
Hi,
hello?
I could still hear you, so it's really off-putting because I don't know when I'm not, like, working, because I can still hear everyone else.
It's good. You're back.
We'll call Jamie's dad.
Fair enough.
When you see, just look at the faces when we all go. This probably means that you're.
Yeah, if you see a look of despair. Oh, that's what a
Like-
what a wait.
Like right now, okay, he's back.
See, looking at the
She's
faces,
casting us.
yeah, but the looking at the faces thing doesn't always work because when I stop working, image freezes, but I can still hear what you're saying.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, you're here right now, so.
Oh, this is good content.
Oh,
It amazes me, like how you manage to get worse internet in every successive place you are.
I know. But the only place that was worse than this was when I went to Bahrain and we didn't play at all.
Yeah.
So
Manchester, officially worse than Bahrain.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it because I still currently live here. But anyway, so what happened? Did I win?
No, you asked if the stage was still there, and stage is still there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stride up onto the stage then.
Okay.
So, the Bard in Red. Well, I'm the Bard in Black.
I figured due to your outfit.
I should have put two and two together, but I just thought red was just your colour.
Well, it is. It's sort of a trait of my birth, of course. But let us begin. Let us not keep our audience waiting. When you unfreeze.
Have I unfrozen or not?
Yes, you have.
Okay.
This is going to go great. Apologies, everyone.
You know, in stories of like encounters in D&D.
No, I don't, because I missed half that sentence.
Continue.
This is okay. So you see, as before, he traces out the song, the glyph in front of him of the world song, which you are compelled to follow. And as the battle begins, let's talk quickly about the rules for it. Your bardic performance HP is equal to half your maximum hit points. Your damage dice is equal to your bardic inspiration dice. You can use all of your spells that you want, and the rest of the party can interact and influence. You just have to shout. So, with that, roll your initiative, Bard in Black.
I've just had an idea, though, that might help Jamie if he turns his webcam off.
That could work, yes.
We just have audio from Jamie.
Yeah.
Because right now he's a blur.
Yes.
He's cast blur on himself. Oh my god.
Whoa! That's probably the best thing to do right now, Jimmy. Just webcam yourself. Turn your webcam off. Or you could just die completely. There we go. Oh, but Jamie and Susie have now flipped around.
Hello?
That's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Hi. There we go.
Hello.
You sound a lot better now. So.
Do I? Good.
Yes. Just slap big technical difficulties over Tristan's place on the overlay. So. What did you roll?
22.
And you're adding your charisma to this, not your dexterity, buddy.
Well, in that case, 23.
22. So you go first. So,
Yeah, boy.
as the battle begins...
Has he summoned an instrument yet?
No.
Cool. Sorry.
As the battle begins, you find the world song swells around you for a moment. What do you do?
Hold on. Okay. So, a bit like last time where I did the shepherd tone.
Okay.
I'll kind of start with that because I'm waiting for him to come in and kind of bounce off of each other with this.
Yeah.
So audibly, that's what I'll be starting with. So it'd be the 3 frequencies in succession. So it always seems like it's building, but it never actually raises in volume. It just...
Yeah, so make your attack roll then with that. And obviously this attack roll functions like a performance check. Don't think not having the webcam on is making much of a difference, though.
It's not, is it? So it's roll performance check as normal.
Yep.
And then if it hits.
Yes.
$24.
24. All right. So that will hit, as it were. So roll your body damage dice.
It's a 7 on the dice.
plus you.
Don't add anything. Do it.
Plus your charisma.
Plus charisma. So plus 5, so 7, 12.
Okay. So as you begin to build these 3 tones together into one, they create this harmony that echoes through the chamber, and you see as parts of the audience are captivated by this. And as this happens, you see Tahiri closes his eyes, begins to listen to the tone, and begins singing. In a language you don't understand, these beautiful notes come echoing out of his mouth, almost like a Latin beat to them, as he attempts to push your tone into the background, make it backing music for his booming voice. And that is an 11.
No.
So, as he begins singing, you double the tone, and as it builds and builds and builds and builds, Tahiri's voice is stricken from the overall melody of this. And as you reiterate and push back on him, what do you do? I don't know here if this is Jamie just not knowing what to do, or if this is Jamie's reason.
Well, Jamie's dead. He's gone.
Jamie has gone.
So, why are we burying him?
It's playing around back of bins.
Yeah, around the bends.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, good. Good golly.
No, you are.
Oh,
It's like talking through a walkie-talkie right now.
I feel like a radio.
Yeah, you sound like a ham radio right now.
And you're not even following the rules and saying over.
no.
Well, I'm a rule breaker. I'm a renegade for life.
No,
Oh, you
breaker,
sound-
breaker. This is rubber ducky.
You sound better now, but this is... You're cutting out an awful lot.
Okay, I'll try and get through this quickly then. Okay, so minor illusion to keep the tone that I was playing prevalent throughout so that I can move on to something else and it still be there.
Okay.
And as a bonus, I'd like to use the Elegy of Fated End
Okay.
as I layer on the next level to my song.
And that's a wisdom save, right?
Yes.
That'll unfortunately be a 19.
That succeeds.
All right. So, as you start to play this somber tone, bringing in from your background beat, you see Tahiri just shakes it off with a smile and a flourish, beating it back against your macabre melody. He is going to go ahead and cast Mass Suggestion across.
I would like to counter spell.
Roll for counter spell.
That's a natural 20.
All right. So as he goes to cast, Mass Suggestion, he lets out this harmonious, almost hypnotizing tone, but you come across it with this loud fortissimo style, and as it does, it just cuts his concentration for a moment, and as he stops, you see the crowd snaps back into focus once more as it is your turn.
Riffing on that, I would like to send a Dissonant Whispers towards him.
Okay, go for it.
So that'd be a wisdom save on his end.
That's a 10.
That's a failure. So that's 3d6 psychic.
Okay.
That damage. And he's not allowed to walk towards me if that affects his performance any.
Sorry, what was
In
that?
fact, he has to run away.
What damage was that?
13, 1, 3.
Thank you.
And by the rest of the spell, He has to run away from me, technically.
Okay. And you see as you begin to whisper amongst your melodies here, Tahiri looks among the audience here, which is looking mostly towards you, and begins stepping backwards across the stage. And you see as he almost slips on the other end of it, but he catches himself right at the last moment. And you see as he summons forth this corona of fire, which envelops the edge of the stage. You watch as in the flames it begins to dance with shapes. You see chariots racing across the sky, armies defending shining kingdoms appear in these flames here, and amongst them all, this figure of a beautiful, what looks to be a female Afriti erupts from the center of it all and begins singing. And as it does, it tries to interfere with your performance, and that is a natural 20.
I didn't hear half of that, except from natural 20. So I'm not happy about that.
That's the important part.
Yeah.
Why did it have to be this week that this happened? So that is 13 points of damage.
Ooh, that's not nice.
So as you are now being assailed by this duet of this fiery, passionate music from this flame Afriti and the real Afriti of Tahiri, what do you do in response?
I would like to know if you can still hear me first.
Yes.
Good, that's a start. I would like to do what I did last time and cast Deafness on him.
Okay. So saving throw, right? A con save?
It's a con save, yeah.
It's an 18.
Oh!
Oh, I think that was Jimmy getting shot.
What?
Yeah, maybe.
Or stabbed or something. Or that basically just hurt him so much he just died.
Yeah.
That may have been the case if you can hear me right now.
We can hear you now.
Okay. So yeah, that didn't work.
Nope. So as you attempt to deafen him, he simply turns and smirks as he puts a hand and cups it to his ear and begins doing this low throat singing, accompanying his flaming Afriti illusion. He begins singing low in this backing throat singing melody here. But that is not enough. And as it tries to meet your tone now, it does not manage to match up, and as it becomes discordant, it's your turn.
I would just like to play at him, please.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
But switch it up, switch up the tempo a bit, speed things up, just to catch them off guard. Now there's two of them.
Okay.
Ooh, 18 plus 8 for performance. Yep. So, there we go. That's going to be 11 points of damage on that.
Okay, so as you begin speeding things up, you see as Tahiri struggles to match this melody, and as he steps backwards once again, you can see he's looking around at this point, and he's beginning to his singing is beginning to falter here for a moment as he points a finger towards you and raises the other one up high in a dramatic, almost operatic gesticulation. I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
It's gonna be a 19.
19. So you pass and you only take half damage from this fireball.
Oh man, that's mean.
All's fair in love and battle of the bands.
True.
Seems against the spirit of the competition.
You can interact if you'd like. That is 15. That is 30 half to 15 points of damage. As this eruption of flame coronas around you, and you see as musical notes form in it, it scatters against the visions of the world song around you, and literally takes notes out of your song. It does not harm you physically, but it takes notes out of your song as it wraps around. What would you like to do in response?
Okay. I swapped out a spell.
Okay.
So that I could get Healing Word.
Okay.
Would that... Does it heal this stuff back, or is this just bad stuff?
It would, yeah.
Okay. It's necessary. So I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself as my bonus.
Okay.
So that's not gonna do much, but it's gonna potentially help. Who knows? Ooh. A bit of modifiers. It's 9 back to me. That's nice. And as my action, can I play at him again?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll do that. It's a natural 20. Does that do anything again?
Yeah. Yeah. That's still a crit.
God for that. I was just making sure. I'm panicking. My world could potentially crumble.
Tell me what you're doing here. What is this? What is this rebuttal here?
Okay, so that was a fireball.
Mm-hmm.
So think through the fire and flames, but on a violin.
Okay, yeah.
With a couple of steps forward.
I think I've heard that cover.
Yeah, with a couple of steps forward.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be 18 points from the crit.
Very nice.
Honestly, that might have been my best roll this entire battle, because I can't use my high-level spells.
As you step forward and you pull this melody out, it gets faster and faster, and it's this incredibly complex melody. And as the bow just flickers across your violin, now you see as Tahiri is kind of panicked by this sort of very vivid display, because he is the one that does vivid things. And as he does this, he's going to try one last thing. And as he lets out this tone...
Does he look like he's gearing up to do something really big, bad, and mean?
He does, yeah. All of his words and lyrics are building. He's talking about the ascension of the Afridi and the building of the city of brass and the wonders that are encompassed within. And you feel like it's going to get to the big note at the end of a verse.
Gunn would like to have a very convenient coughing fit, just as he's like really building up and grandstanding.
Okay, make a performance check.
A very loud, convenient coughing fit.
Make a performance check.
Okay. Performance. So, oh god, I need to zoom in.
How good a performance, Gun?
I have +4 to performance. It's a skill I took for some reason. That's a 23.
Axe juggling.
I rolled a 19.
So as you begin to have this coughing fit, Tahiri falters for a moment, and this hold person spell against you, Tristan, you have advantage.
Ooh.
Don't fuck it up.
19 on the dice.
Okay, you avoid the spell effect, and as the note comes out, Gun's coughing fit comes over, and is mostly through the note before Gun lets out a particularly convincing dwarven. You see Tahiri cuts it off at the last moment and glares over towards Gun, and your music continues on for a moment, and the vocals have cut as Tahiri just glares at Gun before picking up on the next verse.
Gun's doing the whole.
Okay. If it's back to me, then second level dissonant whispers.
Okay.
So again, that's wisdom save.
That's a pass that time.
It's
with
still half damage.
an 18.
It's still half damage.
Okay.
So that's 4d6. Ooh, okay. 17 half. Did we round it up or down?
We'll
Do you want
round
to be
down.
kind to me? Oh,
Round
okay.
down.
Be mean then.
I've been rounding down to you.
Oh, okay then. So 17 rounded down. So
8.
8 points with that.
Okay. So, as you once again whisper it to Hiri, this time it doesn't seem to falter him as much as he manages to keep pitch on his words, and he turns to you and begins into the chorus now, and as he talks about defeating enemies and about this glorious victory that's just going to try and take you out. But that's not going to do it. That is a 10 to hit.
Oh, thank God.
Is it? Go for it.
Okay. Bugger it. I've got one more of those left. So another second level Dissonant Whispers.
All right. Oh, yeah, you've got like no spell slots left.
No, I didn't have any fourth at all. I could have polymorphed him.
Can't sing when you're a chicken.
Exactly. Okay, so what was the save?
Oh, sorry, I need to actually make the save. No, that's an 8.
Ha 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 ha. 46 again. This one wasn't as good. 14 points.
14 points. All right. So as the whispers, as you continue alongside your normal melody, you continue to whisper into Hiri's ear. This time it catches him and he stumbles backwards once again, losing his words for a moment. But as he comes forward now, you see as he steps towards you and talks about lost love. He comes down onto one knee in front of you and is staring up at you, this great fruity form, as he is going to use his last spell slot. And he is going to cast a spell on you. Is there anything you would like to do?
I physically cannot at this juncture.
One of you two do something. I've already had a coughing fit. Like, I can throw a chair at him, but that's really, really conspicuous.
The words, I can throw a chair at him. And that would be conspicuous, just got said.
I assume people are like at tables with drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
And I knock a drink over by accident.
Are you looking for like a particularly rough looking table? Like maybe the one with like the green skinned people at it that you saw previously?
Well, no, because I don't want them to all turn around and beat the shit out of me.
Okay.
No, but then that's what you do. Like, you knock over the drink of the guys, the big burly boys, then you tap the other guy's shoulder so they turn around at the same time, and then they both turn around and they think there's a big fight. And then you scamper out there because you're little.
A complex maneuver.
Daring enough to work.
Yeah, I'll try that.
All right. So I would like you to make a deception check for me, but you have advantage.
Very, very
Because
deceptive.
everyone is not focused on you.
But you know, I'm not actually very deceptive at all. Tilly is a terrible liar. That's a 14.
It's a 14.
I have +1 in deception.
Ooh. Well,
It doesn't have to be true, it just has to be distracting.
Don't worry. As as you pull the tablecloth off from one under, as you sneak underneath, you pull the tablecloth off. As you do, you whack someone else in the leg, and they both turn around, and you think for a split second that they've hit you before they've seen you. Before this great orc stands up from his table, and the table flips over, and he goes, "You spilt my pink lady on me." And as he socks this other figure, Tahiri's just like, "What?" Ah! And you're going to make the save with advantage again. And let's hope that you can make this save.
Okay.
Make
Can
the
you
save.
hear me first of all?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So advantage.
Yes, I would
Okay,
like.
17 on the dice for the first roll,
Okay.
and it was a 17 on the dice for the second roll. So what is it that I'm rolling and doing? What's the save?
Sorry, I just need to get up the spells. It's in a different book to the one I got up.
Always a good sign.
Oh, it's the anti-Jamie Ray. Oh no.
It is an anti-Jamie ray.
Very specific.
Does 10d Jamie damage.
No, it goes through your character and hits your internet connection.
I don't need to do that. It's already.
It resolves.
Yeah. One second. This is. I don't know my ABCs. Sorry.
It's Appa, Kudda, Effa, Guh, and then after that, I can't be bothered.
Yeah. Where is it? Oh, it's there. So you just have to make a shoot, where is it?
Please hold.
Sorry, this is the one spell I didn't get up because I did not think he would actually use it.
And it's stressing me out. Just tell me what it is.
Your call is important to us. Please hold the line.
Please hold. Hey Stevie,
Yes.
which book's Maze in?
It's in the PHB. Maze doesn't have a save. You just immediately disappear, and you must make a DC 20 intelligence check to return from the maze. There is no save. When maze is cast on a target, they instantly become gone.
I wonder why that's fresh in your memory, Stevie. Maze my Dava. Yeah, fuck.
No, that's the wrong one. That's not the one actually. That's not the one that I read. No, well, let's make it a charisma saving throw. Let's just say banishment instead. I was thinking of a different spell from a different edition. It's also called Maze. So
Okay. Well, in that case, it was already a 17 on the dice with a +8 for the save.
yeah, okay. So as Tahiri tries to banish you, he flourishes for a moment, closing his eyes and seeming to end his performance. And after a moment, he looks up and still sees your feet there and looks up at you very awkwardly as he has finished speaking, finished singing, and you're still there. And as he stands back up, he immediately tries to pick it back up again with a new verse. And you can see that he's ad-libbing at this point.
Literally, as soon as he starts trying to sing, every time he starts trying to sing any note, I'm just striking the bow across the strings every time he tries to speak. You know, like that annoying little sibling idea of
Yeah, okay, go for it.
Just intentionally trying to faff with him.
Go for it.
As a performance check. 23.
23, that hits.
And it's just the normal damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh! 12.
12. All right. So as he staggers backwards, he's like, and as he lets out this like very loud, like operatic boom back at you, there's an 11 to hit.
Yeah. Even without this new armor, that wouldn't have hit.
So, go for it. It's your turn. As he tries to boom back against you, he's caught by one of your jolting things, and he just loses his concentration and cannot seem to carry on.
So, in sort of terms of, hey, does he look rough? But for like, does his pride feel real hurt?
He thought he'd beaten you already, and he hasn't. So,
okay. Well, I have 2 first-level spell slots left. That's all I have.
Okay.
I'm gonna slam another dissonant. Because it's the one that does damage.
Go for it.
Again, it's wisdom save.
A natural 1.
Ha 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 ha. And that's going to be for 9 points of psychic damage. And again, he can't get any closer to me and has to leave.
Bit of a one-note performance you give him there, Tristan.
No. It sounds different each time. It's just...
No, he has a minor illusion, which is just playing the song for him at this point. So, okay. So as he staggers backwards here once again, he's just launching into you, trying to do as much as he can now. And that is 14 to hit.
No.
Which brings us to your turn.
Haha. Okay. Last one. Bugger it. One more.
Okay. And that is 14.
Fail. Ooh, okay. Yeah, 13.
Tristan,
Yes.
how do you become the Bard in Red? As you needed exactly 13.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I'd like to think, because it was in Dissonant Whispers and they're forced away from me on a fail. I'd like to think I was just striding towards them every single time I'm playing, just a step further, pushing them off of the stage.
Yeah.
And more sort of in towards the audience. And as he falls off the stage, just kind of loom over and go back, pull back to the original sort of lament that it was originally to end off.
Okay. So as you step forward and forward into here, he backs further and further away. He stumbles and falls onto his butt, and as he scrambles backwards further and further here, he tips off the edge of the stage, and as you loom over him and playlist lament as you look down upon him, as your music comes to an end and as you play the final notes and the world song swirls around you, and as you watch as the black of your armor moves and shifts, becoming just a trim as this deep red crimson overtakes it. And just as you look at yourself now, the Bard in black and red, you hear as you look over, a dagger, much like the one given to you by Pyro, sticks out of the heart of Tahiri. And as Josiah comes out, pops over his shoulder, goes, "You might want to stand back." As this erupting boom explodes outwards as Tahiri erupts into ash.
Change
Well.
management.
And as Josiah steps up onto the stage and goes, "A wonderful round of applause to our fantastic Bard in black and red. And I do have an announcement. The Dancer's Fire is under new management. I hope you enjoyed our performance tonight. Drinks are free for the rest of the evening. Do help yourselves." And he sort of pats you on the back as he says this. And he goes, "You have to leave."
I am well aware.
He says, "Sharan is waiting outside." And he turns back to the crowd. "Wondrous, simply wondrous." And everyone is just completely unfazed by the fact that Tahiri has just been killed.
I get a feeling he wasn't well liked.
As the bar sinks back into existence, and everyone just is like, "All right, yeah. Yeah." And it goes back to their drinks.
At least the other guy got to walk away at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Oh, I give Tristan some applause.
Yeah. Open mouth, can't quite believe what happened, applause.
I'll walk over to everyone again. It's like, I get it, jaw-dropping performance. We have to leave. was the suggestion given to me.
No shit.
We were on the way
Someone's waiting
out.
outside.
We were supposed to lay low in here. What the fuck was that about, Tristan?
Well, that was a huge gamble, and just it paid off. Let's just say.
Yeah,
And-
can we not push our luck anymore today?
Here is your new ability, Tristan.
Ooh.
Wandering Molto Vivace.
Oh, if there's someone waiting around to help us get out of here, let's not keep them waiting.
Yeah, let's go. Let's.
What was the name again, Stuart? That was given.
Sharan, the cursed fire giant.
I let everyone know that that's who I was told.
Yeah, it was the blue fire giant that you met.
So should we? I don't know.
Leave?
Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. The free drinks will keep them preoccupied.
I don't think it's the people in here we need to worry about.
No, I know.
Yeah, I assume we turn to leave.
Yes.
All right. And as you make your way out, leaving the sounds of the bar behind you as you walk up out of this like basement bar into the smog spire again. The door slamming behind you as the sounds of people inside are closed off. You're back in the streets now, and you see off to the side here, out of an alley, this lick of blue flame appears for a moment before flickering away again.
That's her.
Run off towards it.
Mm.
And as you round the corner, you see Sharan there. She's hunched as she usually is. She just nods to you all.
Is Stuart frozen or being dramatic? Okay.
I was just waiting for...
She gonna bamf us, or she opening a door or something? What?
No, she's like... gestures for you to follow her.
Okay.
Yeah, we follow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you begin to follow her, I would like everyone to make a stealth check for me, please.
Ooh, I rolled well.
Yeah.
It's a 26 from me.
It's an 8 from me.
22.
22.
Okay. So as Sharan leads you through the back alleys and the streets here, she moves with this amazing amount of dexterity that you wouldn't think an 18-foot tall giant would be able to move with. But as she moves you between buildings here, and at one point going, she sees you stumbling, and she just picks you up and chucks you across the street. In one fell swoop, you are across the street and in an alley on the other side as she ushers the rest of you through. And quickly, you evade the gaze of the Afriti, and you find yourselves now getting closer and closer to the edge of the city, the great wall which makes up the edge here, getting closer and closer and closer. And eventually, Sharan stops you. And she points down to almost like Helm's Deep, the Great. She points at one of those. Which sits against the base of not the main wall, but a wall here. And she points to it, and you hear as she begins to speak for the first time, this gravelly, rasping voice that almost as if someone has tried to take the voice from her. She goes, "Out there, beyond is freedom. Follow the bridge. Look for the tornado. Do not stop. Do not turn back. Move forward." And she stops for a moment and she begins to turn away before she goes.
No, what's she gonna say?
She turns and goes, "Thank you."
Hey, so just before you go, I'm not sure if this is really insensitive or not, but I need to find I need to find storm giant's blood. And I don't want to kill one because they seem like pretty chill guys. How do I get that? Where can I get that?
She looks up at you. "I cannot say. They are above me. I am sworn do not say."
I mean, it's just me and you. No one will know.
Does this grate need opening?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll work on popping that open.
There's no like lock on it or anything. It's like an iron grate.
Oh, I cannot work on opening this grate.
Okay, so if you can't tell me, can you tell me who can tell me?
A storm giants.
The storm giants. And where are they?
Gone.
Gone?
Gone.
Dead?
Gone from your world.
Okay. On a different plane.
And she points. Because of you.
What, dwarves?
I have said too much.
What?
I go. Good luck.
Okay.
She turns and makes her way back into the darkness here.
What? Gonna just like turn back around and join to the guys and mutter about stuff never been fucking simple and
That's the Stuart special. So, in front of you is a grate affixed to a brass wall.
And there's no like fixtures or anything that can be messed with there?
No, it's sort of, like how when it's put into stone, the stones are put around it so that it sinks into the stone.
Right.
do we need to just smash on through?
Can it be lifted?
Possibly.
Oh, can it be lifted?
No, it's attached
Oh,
in.
it's
Yeah,
built into it, right?
it's built into it. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Well,
Yeah, it's not like when I say a grate, it's not like a sewer grate.
mhm.
It's sideways, and it is built into the center of this maybe foot-thick brass wall.
Well, shame. Gun says, rolling her up her sleeves. Nothing to be done about it.
That she doesn't.
That she doesn't have. Fake
Yep.
sleeves. Right?
Fake.
Look,
She rolls up her arm hair.
I pull out the cudgel and just whack.
All right, make an attack roll.
It's an 18 on the dice.
Yeah, so you do double damage to structures as well. You just, with this creaking smash, you sunder a great hole in the center of this iron grate, and the bit that it isn't like completely sundered, you just sort of push open. The strength of it is gone.
All right, everybody move, because that was really loud.
Yep, sounds like we're in a hurry.
Mop, mop. It's Archer reference.
So as you move through now, there is a large promenade, a very long promenade that seems to wrap around the entire outside of the city here. It is maybe 100 feet of open ground to the other side where the Great Wall is. And as you look round, maybe 500 feet down towards your left on the other side of this promenade is a set of gates. And up and down this promenade, you see there are groups of maybe 15 to 20, it's hard to tell at the distance they currently are, of what look to be shackled soldiers wielding large round shields and scimitars, and they all appear to be the similar flaming newts that you've seen a couple of times since you've been here.
And this bridge we're supposed to find is past to these gates, I assume. If we could see it at all.
Yeah, the wall here is maybe, I'd say maybe 900 feet tall.
It's very big.
It's technically infinitely big. Technically. Because of the planes.
Anyone have any smart plans for getting us 500 foot down towards this gate?
If I could sleep.
You could what? Sorry, Jamie?
If I could sleep, I could do 2 of us. But as it stands, I don't really have much.
Usually I'd just jump, but I am feeling less sturdy than I did when I started this day. Being thrown off a building will do that to you.
Would it be possible for us to just navigate our way down, timing around these soldiers?
Well, you've got this 100-foot open ground to cross, and there's nothing there in that area. It's just this long promenade which wraps around it looks like it wraps around the entirety of the outside of the city. Between the inner and outer walls, you just come through the inner wall.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can make that in 6 seconds, so...
Actually, I could do that in 12 seconds.
I mean, if I had any inspiration, I could do it pretty lickety-split too now. But no.
Unfortunately.
Are we actually running this? Is that
I mean, that's what Shiraz said
what
to
I'm
do.
getting from this?
Just run, don't stop.
Yeah.
Well,
Rush B.
now I'm gonna...
It's a lag, Jamie.
Rip, Jamie. So if you're all running, then I would like everyone to make an athletics check for me, please.
Oh, athletics.
That is a 27 from me.
It's a 23 from me.
If you can hear me, it was a 10.
It's a 17 from me.
17 from the ranger with -2 to strength.
I rolled a 19. I was really, really good. I just get less good as soon as I exert myself.
Yeah. So as you begin sprinting across here, trying to just make your way across before anything can get close enough to really close the gap on you, you charge across, but Tristan lags behind, no pun intended, for a moment. And as he does, you see one of the front members of this troop points towards you, Tristan, and the entire group moves into a sprint. They may be 120 feet away from you right now, but you are on the other side of this promenade now, the 4 of you. What you do is you see these soldiers begin sprinting towards you.
Leg it, keep going.
Are we in open sight?
Yes.
Yeah, no reason to stop.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll cast a pass without a trace and just hope that if we can get somewhere that's out of sight, if there is such a thing, whatever, I'll just try and help.
Okay, so as you cast Pass Without Trace, what little shadow is here begins to cling to your bodies for a moment. As you see behind you now, as you keep running, this group here, one of them pulls up this long brass trumpet to their lips and begins playing out this warning tune. A second later, it was responded to with a much larger, deeper horn from inside the city. And as you look in front of you now, coming down the other way, past the gate, but coming towards you is another group of these soldiers now.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Let's just keep running.
Okay. So, as you keep running now, I would like you all to make another athletics check for me.
Sure can.
Oh, natural 20!
15.
That is a 17 from me this time.
19 this time, but I don't think. Can you hear me?
Yes.
19.
Just yell louder. That's the way it works.
Yeah, it's like being abroad.
Yeah.
Right?
No. As you all keep running now, you manage to keep up and ahead of the soldiers behind you. But I would like you all to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, really? That is a 20.
Dirty 20.
22.
It sounds that I'm good at 27.
Okay, so as you keep running now, you begin to hear this whistling as this great, huge, almost like fireball, comet style lands where you were a second earlier. As you all leap forward, as it just slams into the sheet brass on the ground here, and just buckles and bends through it in this great explosion which rocks behind you. None of you take any damage from that one, but as it does, you see floating above the inner wall here now is this Afriti, which has this very almost like a burgundy wine colored skin here. You see their eyes flicker like candlelight as they have a great turban atop their head, which is like a turban helmet, similar to the Ottomans, with a point on the top. In each hand erupts flame as one of the sultans
Oh, shit.
stares down on you.
Oh, fuck.
And you see as they begin filling up this great ball of fire in their hands once more, and looking down upon you again as it grows larger and larger in their hands. What do you do in response?
Wee my pants a little bit because we kicked the fiery hornet's nest.
I'll fire 2 shots, but I don't want to hit him. I want to fire around him.
Okay, so make your attack rolls then. This is weird, because if you miss, it means you hit.
Okay, well, I've got a plus 10 to hit, so 15, 25.
Yeah.
2 hit. Not hit.
But not hit, yeah. 25
to miss.
25 to miss.
Is this Thaco?
And then 24 to miss.
Yeah, so as both of your shots whistle past the Sultan, you see as he glares now, his eyes narrowing and the flames sparking like coals on a fire. And you see as he tears this flame in half, and instead of throwing one large ball at you, he throws 2 smaller balls. One at you, and one at Gun.
Why me?
Because you killed Amara.
She threw me off the building with self-defense.
Both of you need to make a dex save after you tried to murder her in her own home.
She was keeping slaves.
It is funny. Her offer was don't kill me, go embarrass Tahiri instead, and both of them are dead.
Yeah, that's a 24 from me.
26 for me.
All right, so as these two, as you keep running and these 2 great fireballs slam into the ground, one of them is so hot, the one that's struck towards you, Ronan, is so hot, it just sears straight through this sheet brass. And as you look and you stare down through it for a moment, as you pass over the top of it here, it is what looks to be 10 foot of brass that is just melted straight through as this fireball, and underneath it, you just see flames. As the sea of fire is underneath where you are right now. As you keep running, you can see it's about 150 feet in front of you now is the gates, but they are closed, and coming on the other side is a unit of soldiers.
How far is the gate? 150?
150.
Fuck, that's too far for me to throw anything right now.
On like the other side of the gate, did you mean?
Yeah, the soldiers are on the other side, but they are coming. So gates in the middle here, soldiers there, you're here.
Oh. Hmm.
Do we see any kind of mechanism for opening the gate?
Yes, there is like a big like crank. You know, like a wheel crank.
Yeah.
And there's one on either side of the gate.
Well, I'll start running towards the left one, I guess.
Okay, so is that the furthest one?
Yeah,
Yes,
let's
sir.
say so, because I'm the quickest.
I'll
Okay.
go for the other.
All right. So as you begin to run, the soldiers keep advancing now, and you see as the first rank stops, puts their shields down as the second rank pulls out bows with flaming arrows on them, and is going to fire 8 shots. Distributed randomly with a D4.
Is this like before we get to the...
Yeah. Yeah, because this crank's 150 feet away, so...
Dang.
Can I preemptively pop a rage?
So 5 of them are against Tristan for some reason.
Nice.
For some reason.
2 of them are against you, Gun.
Uh-huh.
And 1 of them is against you, Ronan.
No!
This is the way I like it.
Okay, in that case, question. You know the damage that I took in the Battle of the Bards?
No, it doesn't count.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. So that is a 15, Tristan. Natural 20.
Misses.
13. 23. And a 17.
17 is my armor class.
Okay, so 3 hit you. 7, 5, and 7. So that is 14 plus 5. That's 19 points of damage, fire damage to you. Against you, Gun. That is 12 and an 18. Okay, so that's 6 points of fire damage against you. And against you, Ronan.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20.
Nice. Eh?
That is 14 points of fire damage against you. As these arrows slam into you all now, you put your hands up and you brace with whatever weapons you can as these flaming arrows into you. As the shield raise up once again, and the front shield rank begins charging.
So the shield rank is now leaving the archers behind.
Yeah.
I'm going to return fire at the archers.
Okay, while still moving, I assume.
Yeah, like moving towards firing as I run.
Okay, what does anyone else like to do while this is happening? Make your attack rolls.
I'm making my attack rolls with Zephyr Strike and Sharpshooter. Fuck these idiots.
Okay.
How far away are they from us? The
At this point,
archers?
I'd say like maybe 100 feet at this point.
Shit, it's still too far for my axe.
In
Yeah,
that case, I'd like to join in with my light crossbow, but it'd be a disadvantage, I think, at that point.
I'm
Yeah.
just like full sprinting 75 foot around.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll just use my action then to just leg it.
All right, as the 2 ranged ones are giving you cover
One's
fire.
a 23 and
Yeah.
one is a crit.
Okay, all right, go for it.
So that's
How much health do these things actually have? Oh. Okay.
23,
Yep.
and then the second hit.
Yep.
13, 19, 34.
Jeez. So Legolas style, 2 arrows go out. The first one strikes one of them in the helmet visor, and you see the spray of this molten blood. The second one, it impacts them in the neck and just goes straight through. And as they drop, you see before they've even hit the floor, the two behind them have pulled them, dragged them behind, and stood in their place, pulled bows out.
Mine was an unnatural 20.
That will also hit. Roll for damage.
7 points. I feel just as epic.
Okay. As this one sinks into the shoulder, it catches between the plates here. And as you see, as the fire newt here flinches for a moment, they pull an arrow back, and before they get a chance to though, the Sultan is going to throw another giant fireball at the 2 ranged players. So that would be Tristan and Ronan. Make a dex save.
This is fine.
That's going to be a 22,
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
14 for me.
Ooh, you fail.
Yeah.
You failed.
I have 14 on the dice and I have a +8, so I'm pretty sure that's 22.
That is 22, yes.
I don't suppose being the bottom red gives you fire resistance.
It does not.
If I had any, hang on. Armor does a thing. As a reaction, I may spend 3 charges to grant myself resistance from fire damage.
Okay.
I would like to do that, please.
Yeah.
That's until the beginning of my next turn.
Okay, so you grant yourself resistance to fire damage. So that is 54 fire damage, halved to 27.
Yikes.
That's a yikers right there.
Hmm.
As you see, as Ronan, you jump out of the way, landing and rolling back into a sprint. You see as Tristan is hit by this. His armor flashes for a moment just before this great fireball, this like 15-foot diameter fireball, just slams into Tristan. You can see as it scorches against him, but he pushes through forward and it emerges on the other side of the fireball, just smoking and sizzling. And you see all the metal parts of his armor are glowing white hot as he stumbles outwards there now. But Gun, Tilly, you're at the gate. The 5 front rank here of these shield-bearing fire newts are almost upon you. You've got one chance now before they get on you to try and get this gate open. It's going to be tricky, but I believe in you.
Crank that, soldier boy.
Are you raging?
Yes. I will
Okay.
very angrily crank this gate.
Both of you, I would like you to make an athletics check for me.
That is a 21 from me,
That's
boss.
25 from me.
Okay, so Tilly, you jump up as this thing is very big and catch one of them, and with all of your might and weight try and pull it down, and you begin to get the gate open slightly. But as you look across Gun, you put a hand up and you yell with all your might and just spin this round like it's the wheel of goddamn fortune. And as you do, you hear the chain go and as it catches in the end, as the door flings open, this maybe 700-foot tall door just swings open with this might that you've just put into it here. It slams to the edge and you hear this buckling sound as the hinges on it begin to break because that's how momentum works when you apply pulleys to it.
Shaft.
And as the gate is open now, you hear the Sultan yells something in this language you don't understand before he begins spiraling his hands around in this great incantation. The sword-bearing, shield-bearing fire newts are almost upon you.
Okay, just all pile in through the gate. Move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing that, but I'm also going to take 2 shots, but not to miss. I'm going to try and hit the Sultan while he's doing his cast.
Yes.
Try and disrupt it. Sharpshooter.
All right. And I would, once you've done
Oh,
that,
it's a crit against him.
once you've done that, I'd like the 2 of you, the ranged players, Tristan and
It's 2 crits! The blessed fucking green dice, holy shit.
all right, go for it. Go for it. You know what? Never mind what I was saying. Go for it.
He just needs a moment there.
Yeah, fucking hot second. Jesus.
Yeah, how many dice do you need right now?
I don't have that many D8s.
What is that? 68?
15,
More on the
25,
second one, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
30 on the first.
Yeah.
And then, the dice are great today. 16, 25, 35, 40, 46, 53, 50. Holy shit, I can't do it. 53 plus 4, 57. And 57. 67. Plus 5. 72.
72.
Was that just 100 points of damage in one
That was
round?
102 points of damage. That is a quarter of the Sultan's health pool. As these two arrows, you see as the Sultan is casting this great incantation. He's not going to make concentration on that. As these two arrows sink into the body of the Sultan, the second one hits, and you see as the Zephyr Strike activates as it hits, and it just blasts out the back, anime style, with this spray of molten blood. And the Sultan reaches down and clutches at it, and then realizes what he's done, and he's lost concentration on this. And as you watch, as this great explosion erupts in the sky where the Sultan is, and he is unharmed by it as he clears the smoke away from him. It gives you just enough time. He does not manage to hurl this apocalyptic meteor towards you.
I was gonna say, was that like fucking meteor swarm or some shit?
No, it was apocalyptic meteor.
Oh.
It's like meteor swarm, but it's one meteor. It does 24 d8 damage.
Oh, that's good.
So basically, the Sultan's Madara Uchiha.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
What is this anime shit?
On the way past, I'd like to minor illusion the worst profanity on the ground where we were. So
Okay.
that's what he looks down to afterwards.
Yeah. Okay, so as he clears the smoke from his eyes, there is one thing that stands between you and freedom right now, and that is this 5 shield bearing. That's a hard word to say. Fire newts, which are blocking Ronan and Tristan from getting to Tilly and Gun.
Axe. I would like to ask them a question,
Okay,
and I would like to ask them it recklessly.
go for it.
I would like to run up and use my knife to stab them
Yes,
at the
you can
same
both
time.
do that.
Yeah, gun, so I have sneak attack.
That will be a 20, not natural to hit.
Yep.
18 for me to
Yep, that hits.
boy.
AC 16, so it's hard for you guys to miss.
That's a 14 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hit them again.
Bludgeoning?
Yeah, I'm using my cudgel.
I thought you were going to ask them a question.
Oh, yes, I was going to ask them a question. What am I doing?
That is the joke you made.
Jesus, my bad. My B.
That is 23 piercing damage from me.
Okay.
19 slashing.
Okay, so you have a second attack as well, Gun.
I do. That's another 20, not natural to hit.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a, oh my god, 12 slashing.
12 slashing. Okay, so as both of you run in, Tilly, you dodge to the right, spinning around. You bring the blade into the back of the neck of one of them, and as it drops to the side, you throw their dead weight into their companion, and as it bounces off their shield, they're knocked to the side. As Gun, you come in against the two closest, and the first one, you just swing in, decapitate it in one strike. Following through on this, you bring your knee down to the ground and slide into it as you see the one that has Tristan's bolt sticking out of it. You catch it under one leg, and as you hook the blade underneath, you feel the leg snap as you bring him to the ground. Unhooking it, you bring the axe over the top as you land next to him. Just strike him straight in the torso, and you feel ribs break as this axe cuts through them now. And as you turn, you beckon to Tristan and to Ronan as you have essentially cleared a path through.
I basically just turned to the rest of them and let out like a really bestial war cry, as if being like, "You'll fucking want to try it."
All right. So as you run through, you are out of the city of Brass now, but the large gate behind you is still open, and these two units of soldiers and the Sultan are still there.
Is there a way to open the gate, or close the gate from the outside, or is it all inside?
You'd have to push it closed.
That
And
seems
this-
like a very big door.
And this is, I actually
It
wrote
does.
down how much they weigh. I worked out how much it would weigh. This is 475 tons. Sorry, 476 tons of brass.
Okay, that's just out of Gun's deadlift weight, so we're out of luck,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
If it had been 174, then maybe. Yeah.
I mean, if that's your deadlift, I'm sure you can push more than that.
If we span the things we use to open the door the other way, would it close it?
Mhm.
Okay.
But that's on the inside.
Yeah.
And it was these great wheel cranks with a chain coming out of them that linked into the internal mechanism of the door.
I think we should just
Just
keep running. Yeah, because like the Sultan, if we close the gate, that is not going to stop the Sultan there.
Okay,
And
well,
if
it
we
just goes whoosh over the top. Yeah, just
Okay.
keep legging it.
You remember that is a day's travel from the city of Brass to the vortex.
we were advised to run.
Not look back.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to keep running?
Yeah,
The lungs will burn, but yes.
we'll get clear eventually.
All right. So the Sultan is going to give chase for you the entire time. So I would like everyone to make a Constitution save here with disadvantage due to the heat. You're out of the protection of the city of Brass now, and it is currently like 90 degrees centigrade air temperature.
Does the fire resist on my ring help?
Yeah, you don't have disadvantage.
Okay, well,
With disadvantage, I got 22.
14.
Are you
90.
19.
19. Okay.
It would have been a crit if it wasn't for that bloody disadvantage.
Well, you're trying to run an entire day. So as Tilly, you'll take a point of exhaustion here. As you keep running and you keep running, and the Sultan is just behind you, and you see they're just out of range as fireballs rain down on this. You're on this long stone, this red stone bridge now, and as fireballs rain down behind you, you hear the shattering of stone as great parts of it are blown off and chunked away by the wrath of this Sultan, and they keep yelling at something in a language you don't understand.
I should have been taking disadvantage to all of these skill checks. I already had a level of exhaustion.
Oh well, you know now. Now you're on 2 levels, which
Yeah,
halves your speed.
Well, goodbye, everyone.
So as you watch now as Tilly begins lagging behind you, quite a significant amount.
I will pick Tilly up like a rugby ball and
Thanks,
run with
friend.
her.
Okay. So it has been a couple of hours now, and your lungs are burning heavily. You are sweating profusely. Your strength is beginning to run out, and you are going to burn yourself to the point of exhaustion right now. The Sultan is still behind you.
Okay.
Is it possible to have been hitting him as we go along? Because I'll dump everything I have into this idiot. Like, every single spell slot, every single time a sharpshooter if I can hit him.
Let's say make given that you'll have to be running a lot of the time to keep up with it, let's say make 4 attacks.
Okay.
If they ever come within 60 feet, I will just mock them viciously the entire time until they leave.
If they came within 60 feet, you'd be dead.
I assumed.
Yeah,
Well,
fortunately,
not dead, but they'd hit you or something.
unless they come within 5 feet, I can do nothing. So, enjoy, guys.
Okay, every single one was above 15, but no crits this time. I've ran out my luck.
15 on the dice.
Yeah, all of them are above 15 on the dice, so they're all at least a 20 to hit.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. AC 22, so...
Yeah, well, that would mean I have to get 1 misses then, I think, because 1 was only a 17, and that's 27 minus... No, that's equal to... So 4 hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
4 hits, that's right.
Yeah, because it was 18, 18, 17, and 19.
Yeah. Okay, so 4 hits.
No, okay, yeah. I'm just confusing myself.
Don't worry, it's okay, you got it.
5, 7 plus 15, 22.
22. Okay.
32.
Okay.
Less 7, 3, 10, 25.
Okay.
6, 8. Jesus, 6 and 8, 14. And 2, 16 plus 15, 31.
Okay.
And that was 3 of them or 4 of them? I don't remember.
That was 4 of them. That was
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, how's that Sultan looking?
So as through this period of time, whenever he gets a chance, Ronan has been turning back and taking a shot. And after the 4th one hits, you see the Sultan just sort of glares and stops in the air for a moment. And you see as he just yells out, all of the flames from the sea of flame either side of you now erupt upwards for a moment as he just yells out this incredibly loud roar that echoes around. And as he turns to Colin for a moment, he just speaks, "You are never permitted here again."
Fine by me.
And is going to plane shift himself away.
How much damage did I do to him?
213.
Papa bless.
Papa bless.
That said, I have no first level spell slots left at all anymore, and I've got 1 second level spell slot left, so...
I've got a knife.
Go next. Just me and Tilly with the little scrub club.
I also have.
I have a bow. I just hit really hard.
Yeah, welcome to Rangers.
All right.
Oh, also that not that it would matter, but when my bow, whenever I crit, he has to make a save. Otherwise, his AC would have went down anyway. So
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. You need to
it's the
remind
same. To be fair, I mean, I got 2 crits in a row. I didn't remember anything. Sharp wired really quickly.
Just blacked out for a couple of moments. So,
My hands have been are just not shaky anymore.
so as the Sultan vanishes now, you get the feeling that you haven't really got away with it so far, but that you've got away from him. There's still 27 of them who really don't like you right now. But fortunately, he never got close enough to you to see your faces properly.
That's good.
But we are barred from the City of Brass.
Yes. Yo, bard, get out of my pub!
Forcibly ejected from the plane.
It's an artist representation of us at the gates.
So, as you all continue going now, I would like you all to make one last Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Oh, that's less good.
No disadvantage on this one.
No disadvantage. Oh,
That's
excellent.
15 from me.
It's a 25.
It's an
Oh,
8.
Nice. What about you, Tristan?
10, but I'm going to use the 2d4 saving throw from the leather armor as well.
Okay.
So that's 18, 2 4s.
Very nice. Welcome to Jimmy remembers he has armor that does me.
Yeah.
So that's 18. So all of you pass apart from you, Ronan. So you take a point of exhaustion as the heat begins to get to you here, because the longer you're outside the City of Grass now, the hotter it gets, and if you stay out here much longer, it's going to begin searing your flesh from your bones. But as you continue to walk now, and you're unaware of the amount of time it's been, because it's just become a blur of this long, endless stretch of earth which sits amongst this sea of flames beneath that red sky. But ahead of you now, you see there is in the sky a twisting vortex, this double-ended tornado of air, this pale, almost white color of twisting wind contrasted to the deep red of everywhere around you. And it's maybe about 80 feet up in the air, but it twists and turns around right now.
Found it.
How do we get 80 feet up? Is my question.
I don't know. I feel like we just get near it. There's something will probably happen because that seems quite intense.
We wouldn't build a bridge under it if it just sucked you in from 80 feet away.
I didn't build this bridge. This is a natural causeway.
Ah, okay. Well, you're carrying me. Do as you please.
Just continue to carry Tilly.
Well,
Would you like to sit on my shoulders?
Yes, please.
I'll put Tilly on my shoulders.
Have you just equipped the rogue?
I have equipped the rogue to my shoulder slot.
Oh, you'll have to unequip your cloak.
It's fine, it's too hot for cloaks.
that's on the back slot, not the shoulder slot. So
My pauldrons have to go, but
yeah. Your massive pauldrons. Yeah. Tier 19.
It's better than Azerite armor.
Kicking the shins better than that.
Salt. All right, I will. I'll walk up underneath it with Tilly on my shoulders.
Okay. You can hear it whipping around. There's whispering wind above you now. Well, it's not really whispering. It's more like chaotic yelling.
Do I feel anything?
Breeze.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, it's like a breeze, but it's like someone's got a space heater aimed at you.
Oh, so it's just blowing warm air.
Yeah. Yeah. Currently, right now, where you are currently are, it is 155 degrees air temperature.
Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Celsius.
Oh.
Okay. I'll stand there and I'll think really hard about going into the big tornado in the next plane. Oh, that didn't work. I will jump up.
How far can you jump?
I don't know. How do we calculate jump? Strength, right?
High jump is jump a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier.
3 plus my strength?
Yes.
I can jump 9 feet. 9 feet vertical leap.
9 feet vertical leap, yes. And you have, what's your strength score?
That's if you move 10
23.
feet.
23. You've got 10 feet to move. So your long jump, you can jump long jump 33 feet. But yeah, you have a 9 jump leap. The 9 foot long, like standing jump. Well, not standing jump, running jump. Vertical leap. That's what I'm looking for.
Gun's a crossfitter.
Oh, God. So as you run, you jump, and you can't get high enough.
I'd like to fire an arrow and see how it tracks in the air.
Okay, you fire an arrow, and it hits the central point of this vortex and vanishes.
And we're not. Are we on the like? Are we underneath the central vortex, or can we?
So imagine it as it's a tornado, but you know the large end of a tornado, the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
On both ends of this tornado in the air is this large end as it twists into a smaller section in the center and then twists out into this large one.
That's 2 foot rolls, basically.
Yeah, it's two.
Kind of like an hourglass.
Yeah, like an hourglass shape. Yeah.
I don't suppose we have like a giant trampoline in the bag of holding or something that we've forgotten about. Picked up several.
No, but there's that huge ladder we keep. No, unfortunately, there's not.
How high up is it that I seen the arrow disappear?
Maybe about 40 feet, I'd say.
If I could fire something that had rope on it.
You could try fire an arrow.
But we would have to tie ourselves and hope it would rip us through.
Sounds painful, but
Sounds horrendous,
But it
And-
sounds like it gets us out of here.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I can definitely like link us together,
Mm-hmm.
and then with one bit of rope, and then use another bit of rope linked to me, and fire it so I get pulled and you get chained.
Yep.
We can try. It might not. It might just like dissolve the fucking arrow or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know, but we might as well try.
I'll give it a go.
All right, so you tie everyone to the rope, and you tie the rope to your arrow, and I'd like you to make an attack roll with disadvantage against the air.
Okay, well that's not too bad. 20.
That's not too bad. 20.
Yeah. Well, it was a 10 on the dice. I was like, oh, what did I add? And then I remembered.
Yeah.
Another 10.
Okay. So as your arrow flies up, it hits the vortex, and the arrow disappears, and the short length of the rope disappears. But you remain stationary.
What about the rope?
The rope goes tight.
Pull on it a little bit.
It gives ever so slightly, but not much. Feels like the rope stretching.
We can try climbing it.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
All right, make an athletics check then, everyone.
Oh,
Or are you going one by one?
If we're all
Probably.
attached to the rope, then we can't really move further than the length of the rope between us. So we'd all have to go.
And we will need to go individually because otherwise the person at the front would be carrying the rest as they climb.
Mhm.
Work.
I mean, we can just like now untie and climb the rope.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fair enough.
As long as one person holds the rope till they go, I guess.
We'll give it a go.
I'll stay and I'll be the last one up.
The anchor.
I'll hold the rope. Yeah, I'll be the anchor.
I'll go first then. That seems like a smart, cool thing.
All right.
Athletics, you said, right?
Yeah. And you're on disadvantage.
Yep. That's still a 20, fortunately.
So you climb up this rope, and as you get near the top, the sound of the wind in your ears gets louder and louder and more deafening as it whips around. But it also gets cooler and cooler. And as you hit the edge of this vortex here, you see as Tilly begins to slowly vanish as she walks up into this vortex. And as you get to the other side, you're suddenly horizontal. As you are on cut stone. And as you look up, you see there is a figure there with pale blue skin and hair which dances around like a zephyr on top of their head. They're wearing a leather chest piece, and they have goggles on their forehead, like a monocle goggle on their forehead. And they go, "Welcome to Typhon."
I just lay out flat on this nice, cool stone. I just look up at them and offer my hand.
And they grab it and they pull you up, and they start shaking your hand in one vigorous motion. And that's we'll take a quick break.
Mm-hmm.
All right, welcome back, everybody. And so let's get back into it straight away. So as Tilly disappears through the top here, for the sake of brevity, let's just have the rest of you all make an athletics check. Remember, Ronan, you have disadvantage.
Yeah, I figured. That's going to be a 13 total.
Well, it's just because you've got point of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
25 for me.
Okay.
An 11 for me.
Weaklings.
Okay, so Gun, you're up in no time and you're into the cool air, but for Ronan and for Tristan, it is hard going. It is really hot here. The rope is swaying from having you on it. You do make it up, but it takes a long time and it is real hard going. Your bodies are beginning to give out on you a bit for the day.
Also, preemptively, the hat is in the bag of holding because if we're going to the plane of air, I don't want that to be a thing.
Okay. So, as you all emerge into the cool carved stone here, Gun, as you come through, you hear of a lightning crack in the distance. And you are followed behind you by Ronan and Tristan. This pale blue figure is in front of you now, and she's beaming from ear to ear with this great big smile. And looking past her and beyond, you see what looks remarkably like a dock. You see great cranes hang out into an abyss of nothingness. You see boats in no water that seem to float in the sky. Dock hands and workers carry around large crates, huge reams of rope, and all of a manner of such. And as you look into the interior of this, you see a great tiered mountain. And at the top, there are broken ruins. And all around it are great thunder clouds which crack with lightning.
I want to climb that mountain.
Can it wait?
Yes. But I want to climb that mountain.
You see the one goes, oh, well, you won't find much up there. We burned that down quite a bit ago now.
You burn it down?
Yep.
Why?
Well, tyrannical ruler.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
This is the plane of air, right?
Yeah, welcome to the plane of air. Welcome to Typhoon. I just inhaled my own spit.
This is where we were supposed
happens. Just come pat her really hard on the back.
I'm back. I'm good.
You good?
What's back? And I was like, yeah, this is where we're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Welcome to Typhoon. I said that already.
You did. So tyrannical ruler. Sorry to just like quiz you straight off the bat. You know, we haven't even met. Hi, I'm Gun, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, tyrannical ruler. What's that about?
Oh, well, about maybe like 2,500 years ago, this place was ruled by a real douchebag. And like, he had this gnarly fleet and everything, and he used to like raid stuff. It really sucked. So like our ancestors and that, and some other folks and these like adventurers, yeah, they went and like took him down, like looted his castle, and like I think they went on to save their world or something.
Nice. What was he called? This tyrannical dickhead.
Halfilf. Yeah, he was an Ganassi like me. I'm not a tyrannical ruler though.
Nah, you seem pretty chill.
Yeah, I just like to catch the waves, you know, the air waves, not the water waves. I don't like water.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
So what's up there now? Just ruins?
Yeah, just ruins. No one really goes up there anymore on account of the constant lightning strikes.
So what's that lightning about? I mean, this is my first time in the plane of air. That might just be like how your weather is, but I don't know.
Well, my dude, look, We're in this gnarly part of the plane of air right now, right? And we're close to the plane of lightning. So every now and again, you may get a bit of bleed through and lightning.
Oh, sweet.
This guy started at like 0% surfer and very, very darkly
Radical
climate.
dude. Hang ten.
Yeah.
He's just
Yo.
gauging everyone's reactions. Is like, can I go full me? I'm going full me regardless.
Does this work for me?
So what causes that lightning stuff? Is it just like nature, or is it like things doing it? Like
No,
maybe
it's not
giants?
things. It's like we're next to the elemental plane of lightning. You not been here before? You not understood? You don't know what elemental planes are? You just, judging by where you're popping out, you just came from the plane of fire. You didn't ask the fire there, like the fire around there, like who lit you?
You know
I
what?
would've done.
You have a valid point there. We didn't say that.
We didn't do a whole lot of asking questions in general down there. It was
Well, that's a good thing with the free. Those they aren't too fond of things like that.
Or axes.
I want to ask you how you know that.
Yeah, so is there like any way we can stay or put our feet up for a night?
Yeah, totally. Let me find it. Yeah, if you just follow the round, I mean, you can't really lose your way. This place is a circle. Just follow it around, and you come to a tavern. It's called the Thundering Fourth. It calls itself a tavern, but more like an inn.
Gotcha. Nice.
Yeah, I probably won't see you again. So good luck.
Thanks.
Thanks for the help.
Yeah. Good luck with whatever it is you're up to.
I'm a pirate. I steal things.
Nice. I can respect that.
Yeah, respect that.
I respect the
Yes,
aesthetic. You're a very chill pirate, but I respect the aesthetic nonetheless.
Yeah, cool.
Just want to do like a low-key check to make sure my shit's still intact.
I mean, they have had their hands up the entire time. So
I just, maybe glance down at my axe a bit just so get the message.
we're a pirate, not a pickpocket.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, that's me.
Right, this
Tilly
isn't.
knows now. Tilly.
So
We're gonna head on, find a place to rest.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like we've had an inn recommended.
All right then. Fucking hang tight, bro. See ya.
I don't know what that means, but
Shaka.
yeah. Ride the winds, buddy.
Away we go.
As soon as we're out of earshot, I'm not riding the winds.
No.
So, as you continue round now, you see that this first tier appears to be this large number of docks, and there's dock houses that make the interior up of this, and this long, rickety, winding staircase, that switchbacks back and forwards, seems to go on up to the second level, where you can see an all number of buildings and such. And as you follow it around, there are people milling about everywhere. Quite a number of them are dressed similarly to the person you met when you came through, who just seemed to be a bystander. And many of them are carrying what looks to be a long metal pole that has a hole in it. And near the base, it has what looks to be like a crossbow trigger mechanism.
Big think.
Is this Monhun?
No,
Oh.
sorry. This is Dungeons and Dragons, son. So, it also has Matthew Mercer in it, though. So that's got that in common. As you make your way around now, eventually you come across a tavern. It has a large front veranda, and it has a big sign on the front, almost like a neon sign, but is this magical arcane outline that says the Thundering Fourth. And you can already hear, as you get close to it now, the sounds of cheering, laughter, and sky shanties from within.
I like this place, guys. It's a lot nicer than the last place.
It's outwardly nicer, but don't drop your guard, Tristan.
It might be a bit rowdy for your tastes.
I mean, I just played music and a guy died. That's pretty rowdy.
Man,
You
is
hear
that
it.
one
You
of-
hear it and the shattering of glass from inside, and a lot of people go.
Oh my god, it sounds like home. But no, Tristan, quick question. Is a guy dying your best or worst gig?
I'll get back to you on that.
Cool. Okay, right. I walk into the tavern.
As you walk in, a good dozen people go. "Ah!"
Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah. So the interior here, it's a mess of different shapes and sizes and arrangements of tables. There's some like that look like antique furniture, and others are like cobbled together from like a door, and some spokes from a wheel. At the back there is a long bar, and the bar itself is made out of what looks to be the rib cage of a great fish that twists round, and the entire bar is lit by these strange globes that are kept in like bundles that are like netted to the ceiling, and each globe is a different color. So it's like this weird sort of pastel prismatic glow to the interior of this establishment here. And there's these all manner of creatures across the table here. You see figures that look like the one you met when you came here, these Ergenasi. You see humans, you see dwarves, elves, halflings, gnomes, you see tieflings, you see Azamar, you see winged bird people, you see what look to be fairies with long wings and flowing gowns, and some of them you see are these strange, almost unsettling to look at figures with very pointed features and an uncomfortably smart smirk to them at all times. But they all sit here around, no one an equal than the other. They are all drinking from stuff, from all manner of things. Some are tankards, some appears to be pipes that have had one end like welded shut. Others are drinking from skulls. There are drinking from horns. There are wooden cups. Someone's drinking from what looks to be like an old like ashes urn. There's all manner of things that people are drinking from here. And at the bar, there is a tall Ergenasi, and they're androgynous in appearance. Yeah. And they have this green fluttering hair that's all along one side and it's shaved on the other. And they've got a pair of goggles on their head and one of these smaller like metal tubes at their side. They're wearing like a white shirt with a small breastplate over the top of it. And as you come in, they sort of eye you and give us a smile.
I just gotta wander up to the desk and like lift myself over it as much as possible to make myself visible. I'm assuming it's a person-sized desk. And just like weekly say, like, we need to rent some rooms, please.
Ah, good day to you, Basher. You and your bloods need a bit of rest.
Mostly me, but yes.
All right, give us some flack. Sit yourselves down in the cots, and hopefully you won't become dusties before the end of the day.
I just pushed like 5 gold onto the counter.
Uh,
I pushed like another 5 gold onto the counter. I pushed another 10 gold onto the counter.
that's right. That'll do. Nice flack. Not from round here, this flack. Come on, get yourselves inside. There's a bed round the back. Find yourself the first room with the door open. Get your cot in.
I do that.
All right. Catch you later, Basher. Which of these are your bloods, by the way?
I point out my good friends who mean very much to me.
Turn around, roll through it.
Planescape came first. Well, what if Chav's got it from Planescape?
That's not Chavs.
Oh, surely.
Oh, whatever.
Still, it's not that deep. It was gang culture.
Hey, the Chavs around me, that's what they said. They used to say that. But we're talking rural chavs here.
Just that laugh from Jamie.
Just rural chavs.
Rural chavs. Yeah.
Bless him.
They have different
Country.
abilities to ones in the city.
Country chavs. Yeah.
Slightly different resistances.
You see this bucket waves. What's up with your blood there? Basher don't look so good. They a sneak.
Oh yeah. We were just in a very hot place.
Oh, chumming it up with a plate of fire. Terrible place.
Yeah. Shit.
Name's L.
Gun.
Tilly.
Yeah. Get to bed.
So, what can a dwarf do to get a drink around here?
What do you want?
You got
Hey,
ale?
that might be a start.
Oh, we got plenty of kinds of ale. What's your budget?
What is my budget? Oh, I've got a big fat zero. Tristan!
What?
I need some money.
What for?
Drink.
Fair enough. How much do you need?
I don't know. How much is a good ale here?
Depends on what you decide is a good ale.
Alright. Not swill.
Right?
Talking dwarven if you've got it.
Right?
Darker the better.
Right?
Put a spoon in it, stands up. I want it as a
Gotcha.
meal.
I've got this. Right. 15 gold. It's expensive stuff.
Tristan, 15 gold, please.
Okay. I'll just send over 15 gold.
I just-
Okay.
In fact, no, you get 30.
Uh-huh.
You can have 2.
As they take it, they just sort of turn to you, Tristan, as they slide it across the bar and go, "Your blood's got you whipped."
Nah, no, they've earned a couple of drinks.
Mercy Killer will get you out of that spot. Unless you've done something stupid and you don't want them to know, and this is your way of repaying them.
No, I'm just a very nice person.
Tristan, never do anything stupid, no?
All right. All right, you ring giver. Come on. So you see as they go back behind the bar and you hear them uncork a barrel, and you hear this thick, very deep, like pouring oil into an engine. Glug, glug, glug. And she comes out with 2, and this weird mismatched cups. One of them looks like a sacrificial beaker that you'd put like blood into. It's got like engravings and everything, and the other one's a tankard. They put them down, and they go, yeah. So don't drink it too fast. It's from the plane Shadow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's called Shadokai Prenumber. It's Elven.
Oh, yeah. So this is a bit of a weird place, huh? You've got all sorts here.
Yeah, welcome to Typhon. It's been this way ever since we got rid of Halfif.
Oh, I heard about him on the way in.
Quite the tyrant.
You just rose up and took him down, huh?
It's been a long time ago. I don't remember it. I wasn't there, but seems to be so.
Nice. I bumped into someone on the way here, and they said that's all that's left on that mountain's ruins now.
Ruins, lightning, dusting.
Yeah, they mentioned the lightning a lot. Is that a problem?
No. We're right next to the plane of lightning.
Yep. There's some.
You don't have to be a whizworm to figure out that would happen.
Yeah. So, what's in these ruins? Like, I mean, obviously the ruins.
Literally nothing. People who took it over, they stole everything.
Every single thing.
Even the tin on the windows. As Stuart flashbacks to the party he ran through there that stole everything. Everything. At one point, one of the players asked, "How many bricks can I fit in my bag of holding? I wanted to take it brick by brick."
Nice. Okay. All right. So I noticed that you are speaking somewhat strangely to me, at least. What's all this like basher blood flag whatever?
It's plain a Kent. You not heard of the Kent? You're a prime.
Wait, what does prime mean? Because I had it screamed at me by an Afriti before I took a face off with my axe.
It means you're from the prime material basher.
Oh. What's a basher?
Someone who hits things.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
All right, yeah. No, that's fair.
And your blood is your friends. Flack is
Money.
is money. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And if you get dusted, you're sent to the dustman. You're dead.
Dead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Any other cool ones I should know about? Any swear words?
We say feck a lot.
Nice. So you get a lot of people from different planes in?
Got a lot of people from all over here.
So, you seem to someone who's quite in the know. Do you know where I might find giants? Particularly
Depends
storm
upon
giants.
the type of giants. Storm giants? No, not around these parts. They like to live underwater, I think.
Underwater?
Yeah.
Wow, I wasn't expecting. See, I mean, I'm obviously not an expert in this, but I was expecting like them to be here or the lightning plane, because storms, winds, and rains and shit.
They don't get out much from the material. They're quite seclusionary types. I met one once.
You did?
Yeah. You'd be amazed how many swear words you can build up over a 2,000-year vocabulary.
Nice. Where'd you meet him?
Back of a giant turtle. Swimming through the astral sea I was. Me and my crew, back when I used to run.
Right, because
There's this big pool of water on the back of a giant turtle.
Because I spoke to I think she was a flame giant. And she said that the storm giants are gone because of you. And I don't know what that means. Do you know anything about that?
I mean, no. Every prime's different. Your prime might have that problem, another prime might not. Sounds like this person is may have some links to your plane.
Oh god. Oh, it's been a day. How does my beer taste, by the way?
L. Sorry, I've been saying L this entire time. It's J. I flipped it around in my head. J hands you a spoon. And it is like almost like jelly.
Nice.
It is incredibly strong and very dark. And if you eat too much of it too quickly, you start feeling almost depressed. And it makes you want to slow down.
Okay. No, I take it steady.
But it's very deep and filling and cool. Very cool. Almost chilling.
I'm glad for it. Wait, why is Jamie's name changed?
I kept doing it every time he said Prime. It's a different Prime from Transformers.
Okay. You big nerd.
Blame Lauren for this one.
Okay, fine.
God damn it. Cool. I don't think I've got any more questions right now. The flowery one with the hat and the red and black and purple, which is clashing if you ask me, might have stuff to ask, but I am going to take my beers.
I have a question for you.
Yeah?
What are a bunch of cutters like you doing in the plane of air? No one from a prime comes to these places without looking for something.
Interested?
Huh?
You want to take the lead in this one?
What am I doing?
Can you explain to this lovely person here, who, by the way, has been very friendly, and their service is top notch, we will rate them highly, ask what we're doing here.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah, we're just riding the wave, man.
I have no idea what you just said.
Fair enough.
It turns back to you, Gun. Is he a buck?
What's a book?
Idiot.
Yes.
I'm just smiling. Like a stupid, big, dumb smile.
Is he the sort that lets his bone box chatter?
Alice is what?
His bone box.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
God, never stops. Never stops.
I know.
Honestly, you said you used to run, right? That's adventuring, I guess, right? Of a sort.
Similar.
Yeah. Do you ever have like a bard or a music person?
No, back then, bards sucked.
Yeah, well they do now, but this one just doesn't stop. And
Oh.
honestly, the amount of times I've just wanted to just he's useful every now and then. But okay, so no, we are here looking for something.
All right, stick it to me.
What do you know about the whispers of the wind?
Oh, it's the Vati. Bunch of bashers. Maybe more like cutters. Most of them live out in a realm to the edge. Dukes of the Wind, they call themselves. Thing is, we got one here. Calls himself Unum the Quiet. Hates noise, you see. Which is ironic considering he lives in a place full of lightning bolts. He runs a small establishment here. And by small establishment, I mean he runs a sixth of the circle.
Whoa, like a sixth of this plane?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, this ain't the plane of air. It's just Typhon. Still a pretty big place.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah. Smuggling usually. Trading. Gun running. Not you.
So out of those things, which is the bit he runs?
All of the above.
Oh.
That's what he runs.
You a bit of a dick?
Who ain't?
Valid point. Is he a problem?
Do what he wants and he'll give you what you need.
That's not what I asked.
Wait, you want to bash him?
No? I didn't
'Cause
say
if-
that. I didn't say that.
If you're saying you want to bash him, you'll be a debtor by the end of the day.
I never said that. I just asked if he was a problem.
It's not a problem to us.
To others?
No.
Alright.
Well, if you get in his way, yeah. But just don't get in his way.
And so he has one of these, right? What we're looking at.
Has one of them? No, the Vani make them. They'll whip you one up.
Okay.
Yeah. These things don't do that much. It's just like allows you to manipulate the plane a bit. Give it a bit of a twist and turn. Nothing huge scale to a planar, but maybe to a prime.
I mean, it'll be useful for us, I think.
Most of the time, these things are more like trophies, right?
Mm-hmm.
When some basher decides that they want to get one over on their rivals, they go steal one of these. You know, you try to take one of these from the Marids in the plane of water, they're gonna be real angry with you. But people do it for the bragging rights.
Yeah. Can't imagine what that's like, huh, Tristan?
No idea.
Hey, so actually, another quick question. I'm sorry to keep harping on at you. I'm sure you're a very busy person, but do things from the plane of fire ever come in here?
Nah.
Okay. Oh, good. If anything does, you never saw us.
I don't even know your name.
Excellent.
We
So,
do get the occasional dreamer in here, though, so.
what's that?
You'll know him when you see him.
Alright. So which section do we be able to easily find this guy? Is he like clearly labeled? You know,
All right.
walking and be like, "This is my bit of town."
I mean, you know your way around. You know your way around. You know where to go and not go.
But
I can direct you to where he is if you want.
That would be excellent.
I won't take you there. I have maybe a bit of debt regarding him, so I won't be going there myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you where to go.
Nice. All right, cool.
So, his place.
Mm-hmm.
It's calls it Unum's Silence. It's this like manor. It's on the second tier.
Mm-hmm.
Get in there, there's a bodyguard out front.
Mm-hmm.
Say that you want to speak to the silence, and that you will speak to Unum, and you will keep your voice low.
Want to speak to the silence?
No, speak to Unum, not to the silence.
Keep our voices loud.
And I mean that. Keep your voice low.
All right. On the second tier, big mansion.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's a great big moth in my room.
Gross. Anything else we should know before we go?
Where are you heading after this?
Earth? I think. Plane of Earth?
What?
No, wait.
That prime or the plane?
The plane.
Play.
All right, because that plane, you don't want to go to that prime. Weird
Why?
place. Cutter's magic doesn't work there.
Oh.
You're just a body.
Wait, no, that's fine for me. I'm so strong. That's cool. Oh no, shit. Wait.
No,
Yeah. And I just like tap my belt. Alright. Well, gonna go take my drink. Spoon.
you don't
Jelly.
want to know how to get to the plane of Earth?
Would be
Yes,
nice, actually.
Sorry. It's a long day. I said it's been a day.
It's fine.
Doozy of a day.
It's fine. So, this ain't the only big mountain here in this plane. There's another one, a bit out. Right. It's called Ogamok's Maw. I didn't name it. But it's a gate to the plane of Earth. Thing is, it's unstable. You don't know where you'll end up. But there's a way to make it stable. If you can find yourself a keystone, a gate key, you can get to where you want to go. You just got to find out where it is you want to go.
And are those key things difficult to get?
I don't think so that much. Never needed one myself. And not least not for the plane of Earth, sorry. Check the bazaar. Just don't look the guy in the eye.
Why?
Just don't. Just don't ask why either.
Okay.
You thought Afriti had a fiery temper? Well, Jin are another thing entirely.
What?
Jin?
Oh, Jin?
Yeah. Some bodies call them Djinns, but that's wrong.
Right. Cool. Hey, Tristan, did you hear that?
What?
You should look this guy directly in the eye.
And you should shout at the guy that we're trying to find. That's what I heard.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Oh man, remember that guy that ran that place? He offered everyone into his room. Oh, remember that, Gun? Remember how red you went? Yeah, I'm gonna back away now. leave you with that.
Just make sure you go further than 60 feet, just for your own safety.
Fair enough.
So yeah, enjoy your stay, entire fun.
Thanks.
Don't feck anyone off.
No. Promise. Give me that look. Night. I'll go off and collapse.
All right. So as you all take a long rest and sleep for the evening, unless there's, excuse me, anything else you'd like to do for the rest of the day?
Mm-mm.
Or is there anything you can do? You've all got like no spell slots and no health. All right. So you all regain all of your HP, half your spent hit dice, all of your spell slots. You remove 1 level of exhaustion. And yeah. Anything else you'd like to do during your rest?
I
unless
got
can-
some items.
Yeah, because there was the sword and the ring that we got.
Mm-hmm.
So let's spend some time with those.
All right. Okay. So who's got them?
I grabbed the sword.
I think you grabbed them both, didn't you?
I might have grabbed them both, actually, yes.
Yeah, as we were falling to our
Yes,
death, and then
That's
not.
right, I have them both.
Okay. So
What kind of sword? It's a scimitar, right?
it is a scimitar, yes.
Pff, that's no good to me. I'll hand that off to, like, Ronan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, giving it to Ronan.
Here. Find out what this is.
And then you're keeping the ring.
Yep.
Okay, so the sword is that, and the ring is this.
Oh no. Oh.
You did, Stevie.
Mm.
You want to share what those
Okay.
are?
I was just reading it. +1 scimitar of flame. The hilt of the light steel weapon is forged from brass wrapped in silken red cloth. The back of the blade is shaped to look like flames. This is a +1 scimitar, and you deal an extra 1d6 of fire damage with this weapon.
Not too shabby.
Can you use this?
How big is it? It was used by a freaky, right?
Magic items shrink to the size of the user.
That they do. Scimitars are light, yeah.
They're a finesse weapon, dex weapon.
Finesse.
Yeah, well then you should take this for sure.
Yeah.
I think
Not
that
gonna
was-
argue with that.
Yeah.
Hand over the scimitar to Tilly.
So this ring,
Bad.
it's a ring of holy shit.
I'm
Is that
unfamiliar with that
actual
particular-
name? Yeah.
No,
Ring of...
no, it's actually the ring of 3 wishes.
Oh, shit.
Two
You were
of them-
right.
2 of them are gone, but there is 1 left.
Oh damn.
Cast wish.
Oh, what are we doing any of this shit for? We can go home.
just end it here. I wish. No, wait, no.
Didn't-
I put it down before I said it.
Didn't we get warned that, it was definitely with the 3D, but wishes don't always end up exactly, but still.
But still.
But then again, if we used a wish to save Namari, that's
Then we
the amount
Yeah.
that would be owed back.
I mean, I don't know a lot about magic, but wish has to be like the most powerful spell ever, right? Because you can do anything with it. If we use that on Namari, could you imagine the guilt trip we could lay on her? We could have ended world hunger, Namari, but no, we brought you back. Oh, Namari, we could have stopped all conflicts in the world. Everybody could live in peace. World peace, Namari. No, you had to come back. Imagine it.
Why don't we do those things?
I feel like
Back.
those things are definitely one of the ones where, we want world peace so no one fights anymore, and we just get moved to a place where there are no people, so they can't be fighting. You know, a wish for world hunger, and then all of a sudden, you know, no one has the ability to eat anymore. Economies collapse because farmers are no longer necessary. You know, like I feel like those are more abstract.
Yeah, it's just why we don't do it, and we just.
Could you put that scimitar in my journal still?
Do you have it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I gave it.
The greater the wish, the greater the likelihood that something goes wrong.
Mm-hmm. And for normal casters, if you do cast it and want something like that, there's like a 33% chance you can never cast Wish again.
Shit.
There we go. You have this scimitar now. So, as you wake up in the morning, you have spent some time figuring out your items, distributing amongst themselves. You are all patched up again. Put some burn cream on.
Aloe vera out of the fridge.
Stand in the fridge.
Ooh, aloe vera out of the fridge. Oh, that's the good stuff.
Do you want to drink it, or do you want to rub it on your skin?
On your skin, God.
Yeah.
We've drunk a lot of aloe vera.
Sure.
Context.
Right, so, rise and shine, shitheads. We've got stuff to do. We're gonna go find a guy called Unum. Or Unum. And yeah, apparently he hates sound. So if you talk, you gotta talk really softly and quietly. But he owns a sixth of this place. And he can make us the Whisper of the Wind. But he is also involved with some shady shit, so we might have to do something shady for this.
It sounds like everyone around here is involved in some shady shit.
Yeah, what's new?
To a degree, but everyone's happy about it.
Yeah, right? Crime's
It's
not so bad when everybody's happy about it.
It's Tortuga.
Fair enough.
That's, if you want a good example of the vibe, it's Tortuga.
Heck what you want. Give nothing back.
Is it just a man outside getting slapped by a series of women?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Is there a man sleeping in a pigsty that constantly gets water chucked on him?
Mm-hmm.
How much of this film do we remember collectively?
I don't remember any of it.
I remember what happened in Tortuga. Anyway, moving on. Let's go.
To Tortuga.
Kristen's just absent-minded and going dum-dum-dum, 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 the entire way.
Oh, you should make a ride out of that.
I should really, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
There's money in it. Right. So, we'll head off. Unless anybody wants to do anything before we go.
I'm good.
Let's go find Unum Silence, which is a big ass fucking mansion on the second tier.
All right. So as you follow the directions that Jay gave you, you make your way up this rickety staircase, and the wind is howling through here, as it has been since you got here, and it is a cold wind. And as you make it up, you can hear it creaks, and parts of it drift off the side of the mountain for a second before drifting back. But everyone else is walking it quite plainly. And as you get to the top, you follow the second tier round. You see all manner of different houses here that almost look like they've been just plucked out of where they originally were and just placed here in this jumbled mess of different architectures and materials. But one of them is this pure white marble manor. It has no windows, but it has pillars everywhere and long sweeping arches. And stood outside the front is a very, very large figure in terms of like bulky, very muscly, broad-shouldered figure with this pallid, pale gray skin and has these pure black eyes, although I wrote ears. He's completely bald and he's covered in tattoos that are like skulls and like Ouroboroses and like litanies of death and everything. And he's wearing this breastplate, which you're going to immediately realize is mithril. And he's holding a battle axe at his side. And as you get close, he goes, "Who enters the silence?"
Hey, Chief. I say this like in a low voice. Weird seeing him.
I see. What do you want from him?
Whisper of the wind.
You what?
You would.
All right. What's the passcode?
He's gonna freeze.
Well done.
I don't know.
Silence. I feel like it's the answer.
Jay did tell you the passcode.
Say we'll keep our voices low.
All right. Come on in.
See, I didn't write that bit in quotes in my notes. That really fucked me up.
So as he pushes the door open inside, and as you're led in, the area inside here is covered in pillows. All of the walls are covered in pillows. There's carpet along every floor. The ceiling is covered in drapery and pillows. There are some rooms that you cannot hear any noise coming out of at all, and everything is lit with these small blue candles, which flicker like caught in a wind, even though the interior here is completely devoid of any motion. But as you step inside, this bodyguard puts a finger up to their lips and then gestures for you to follow. And as he leads you through, he takes you down this long corridor where you get to a set of double doors. And he very, very carefully opens them. Very carefully. And as he opens them, one of them squeaks slightly, and you hear nothingness. But a spray of red shoots out of one of his shoulders and he clutches it and he just nods, pushes the door open the rest of the way and steps to the side. And as you look in, you see this tall, maybe 15-foot tall figure sat cross-legged, completely nude, save for a belt. And they have this... excuse me. I'm missing a page. No, I'm not. They have this ebony colored skin. It's almost pure black with a slight hint of blue to it, bright white eyes, and they appear to be completely genderless in makeup, in physical makeup. They have completely bald on top and have slightly pointed ears, and they are sat in this room filled with pillows, and they just sat on the floor. In front of them is one of these small flickering blue candles, and they are holding out one of these like chews with the trigger on. You see the small trail of smoke coming out of it. He just puts it away.
I really don't think that I should take the lead on this one.
Very quietly go and sit down on one of these pillows.
So do I.
I would be so careful not to jostle my many, many, many weapons as I move.
Okay. So, as you all make your way inside, I would like you all to make dexterity checks for me.
No! I'm gonna get shot.
Fucking disadvantage.
Ooh.
Well, that's a natural one to begin with, which I'll reroll.
Just a straight dex check, yeah.
Oh, jeez, that's really loud. Everyone's been talking really quietly, and suddenly you're like, just a dex check. Yeah, but yeah, just a dex check.
Okay.
Oh fuck, that's
15
8.
for me.
What did you get, Tilly?
15.
Okay.
It was a 21 for me.
I got the same thing. 21.
Okay. So the three of you go and sit down, and Tilly, you watch as two of Gun's weapons are just about to contact, and you go and put a hand between them, and as they tink off you, you're like, and you let them drop, and you sit down. As Unum just looks at you all.
Okay, out of character. Who knows sign language? We're currently in a quiet place right now.
I'd like to sort of just mouth to them. I don't suppose you can read lips.
They respond in this low, almost imperceptible sound, which almost imperceptible voice, which sounds like the wind on a breezy day whipping through the trees or across the cliffs or between peaks of mountains. I'm not going to do it because I want you guys to actually hear what he says. But he says, I can. You may speak, but keep your voice low.
Very well, then.
I am Unum the Quiet, and welcome to my house. I believe that my bodyguard let you in, which means you must require something from me. And in return, I would require something from you.
We come seeking a whisper of the winds.
That I can grant you. But what will you do in return?
What is the price for such an item?
That is a very good question.
I don't suppose there's a good answer.
What can you offer me?
Well, what is it you like?
Wealth, power, people, quiet.
I know what I'd do, but chances are Tristan wouldn't know really how it would be put together. This guy seems to like trying to build as close to an anechoic chamber as he can.
I mean, in here it is like deathly silent, save for anything. You remember outside the wind was howling. And inside here it is deathly silent. For all intents and purposes, this is an anechoic chamber.
Fair enough.
Do we have any like good shit?
I mean, we've got a few things. A lot of the magic-y stuff we're using, though. We've got them diamonds, but we're saving them for if we need to bring people back later and I get access to a spell.
How fares your strength?
Strength of body? Not so great. That's this one over here.
Your power, your ability to do.
We are pretty capable as a group, if I do say so.
There is a troop of gargoyles sitting in one of my trading routes through the chime float. If you can take them down, I will give you your whisper.
can't say we've ever fought any gargoyles before. Well, I'm speaking of personal experience. These might have, but I would assume not. Are they dangerous? I would assume if they're causing you disruption, they would be, but...
Indeed they are. You will take one of my ships. Meet the captain on the docks. Her name is Kadiva.
Her name is what, sorry?
Kadiva. C-A-Diva. She will take you to the chime float. There you will kill the gargoyles, get rid of them. And when you return with proof, I will give you your Whisper of the Wind.
Seems straightforward enough. How many gargoyles are we dealing with here?
Our last count, including their leader, was 17.
Are they the kind of creatures that if you take out the leader, the rest might follow?
No. They are the sort of creatures that would laugh at their leader's demise and seek to emulate it in you. They are fond of tearing my men limb from limb or dropping them off the sides of ships where they fall endlessly until their body gives out on them.
That doesn't sound very fun. I kind of turn to the rest. I'm like, don't suppose anyone else has any ideas? Or
I just shrug and like rather than risk speaking a little bit too loudly, just like give a thumbs up.
Yeah, same. Gun does not trust herself to speak right now because Gun only has one level and that's loud.
Ronan will ask him a question because I think I'd be quite confident in, as a hunter, communicating in low voice.
Mm-hmm.
The weapon you bear is not a weapon I'm familiar with. What is it?
It is a pistol.
Would it aid in killing the gargoyles?
No. It functions much as your bow does.
I'm interested though. How could I procure one?
Do a good job, and we may talk about it.
Fair. That seems okay, Tristan.
fair enough. Are we ready to officially agree?
Yeah.
All right, then. We accept this task and these terms.
Wonderful. Make haste. The boat should be at dock. Its name is the Buzzard's Embrace.
How long will it take us to get to these gargoyles?
Not but 5 hours.
Well, that's not too bad. Okay, then. Unless anyone has anything else to say. Okay. Fair enough. I'll extend my hand as more of a definite acceptance of the agreement. Whether or not they take it is a different story.
He just goes, "You may leave."
Fair enough. And I turn and start walking up.
I follow suit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll leave at the back.
You're what, sorry?
I leave like last. Like
All right. Okay. Yeah. So the bodyguard, still clutching his shoulder, leads you outside. After closing the doors again, and he's like, "Oh, you managed to get a deal from them. It's pretty quick. Good luck."
Does it not normally go that? Does it not normally go that quick or that well?
Oh, people usually talk a bit too loudly when he shoots him.
Are you alright, by
fair
the
enough.
way?
Yep. Not the first time I've done this.
And we've had a lot of practice making deals with people the last few days.
Well, I practice getting shot.
Do you want patched up a little bit?
Oh, I'm good.
All right.
Right then, to the docks for the buzzard's embrace, it would seem.
Yeah.
All right. And as you begin making your way to the docks, that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh shit.
Dun dun dun.
Guys, how are we gonna fucking fight gargoyles?
They'll be fine. Stab him.
I'm made of stone.
So were you for a time. You should know expertly.
We got magic weapons.
I feel like we'll just come across one with the same chin scar, and they'll just both kind of
It'd be
Wait a
like,
do a
minute.
nod.
it'd be like first blood.
Alright. Good session, guys.
Yeah. Hopefully soon Jamie's internet will be better again and we can see his wonderful face again without it being like one frame per minute.
I've just realized now that Jamie is the bard in red and black. He's a fucking emo from early 2000s.
Oh,
See,
oh. Now you see, I'm still the bard in black that's like gone through the Ring of Fire. So like, this is my way of trying to hold on to the Johnny Cash.
kid. Yeah, but your armor's red now.
Yeah, but like, black's there still.
It's red and black.
The Rakdos Bard.
Needs to get some green in there and he can be the Jund Bard.
Shadow the Hedge Bard.
He's gonna be fucking Joseph with his Technicolor dream coat.
I need to
It
get
was
blue to be
red and
Grixis.
Yellow and pink and green. Fuck. I refuse.
That's the plan.
Please call Tristan before that happens.
Okay, I mean Tristan's more likely to kill himself than I am.
I don't know. You hit him with a very, very big fireball.
That was
That
a really
was
big
true.
fireball.
We nearly got hit by an enormous fireball. That was guaranteed death.
Maybe for you people.
Oh, I mean, yeah, my plan was to taunt him and run back and forward doing little shuttle sprints to try and keep happy feet and not get hit.
Happy feet.
But then I hit him with 2 crits and the fucking...
Yeah, that was pretty insane. Yeah.
Just a bit, yeah.
I just picture that both of them hit him in the eyes.
Nah.
So you nearly 1v1 to Sultan and 1.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah. Granted, they do have 27 lives, so
Fair enough.
I
yeah.
have a lot of arrows, though.
That's true. So yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. If you did enjoy this, you can check out any previous episodes. The link should be in the chat now, where you can see all of Kureon as well as the other shows that Susie does on her channel, including Bite Club, a Coastal Strahd campaign. And in addition to that, you could follow any of us to see what else we get up to during the week on our Twitter handles down below. Some of us are streamers, some of us talk about other stuff. And yeah, if you enjoyed that, please do give us a follow, let us know. But regardless, we shall see you again next Monday for more Kureon, an adventurous tale. So we'll catch you then.
I'm